Hello everyone, Josh here, and I welcome you again to COA. So today, talking about growing my beard. So, for some time now, I have been playing around with seeing how my facial hair develops on my face. I guess mainly because with the lockdown that we have going on in the country, we not really going anywhere that much, and I don't really have a big need to be keeping my hair trimmed and keeping my look neat, or I should say placing too much emphasis on keeping it neat. But as we go on back into the second lockdown and it's minimal physical movement into the world, and I'm not really meeting up with people for meetings to, keep my face looking like a normal human being, I decided that I'm going to let my hair grow out. I'm going to let this thing, wherever little bit I have here, grow out on the side. So for me, my kind of beard pattern is just this little thing right here. For the most part, like I got the connecting parts here, but on the sides, it starts to thin out as it goes up here. Now I know for some people they have just mutton chops and they might just have the little piece of thing. Some people looking like Santa Claus out here. But yeah, so just to talk to you about my personal experience. So I have used products, I have changed up my diet a little bit, just to see what works and what grew my beard. So prior to 2020, I mainly had this, and I only had like little specks of stubble all over. But I gave my beard some time, focus on changing my diet, but I will talk to you now about the things that work for me. So one of the first things I use is peppermint oil. Yes, this thing will tingle on your skin, but I've really felt like it does stimulate the skin, and I feel for that to be working like that, once it gets in the pores, it's going to be stimulating blood flow as well. At least that's what I have read. It does if you use it on your face. Just make sure when you finish using this, if it is that you do this, wash your hands and don't go to the bathroom and hold your boy until you wash your hands, because you will feel it. So the second thing that I have used is Jamaican black castor oil. You could probably get this and the peppermint oil in, I don't know, a pharmacy somewhere, or even Pennywise, and even more importantly from local people who are sourcing it for their local brands. So support your local brands who might be importing it or even making it themselves. I don't know if any who do. If you do, leave a comment below. Always give a shout out for local brands. But yeah, this helps with like developing the thickness of the follicles. And what I realized is that even for like the little small baby hairs on the side, as I left it to grow, I think they call it, is it vellus hairs? I have to look up the name. But yeah, so it's basically hairs that show you where you have blood circulation to that area of the body. If you have limited nerve endings and limited follicles, you wouldn't see much hair. I have like very fine ones. So I know to some measure I could get hair growing out on the sides. But yeah, so speaking about blood vessels, so simple biology, if you want to have good blood flow, you have to make sure your food and your diet affects that. So that there are some foods that you should have consistently in your diet to open up your pores. So for me, I eat a lot of plant-based foods. So I'll just give you a list of the things that I have researched that I have seen work for me and that increase my beard growth. So one of the first things is cinnamon. Cinnamon, you could put that on practically almost any food, from especially like with your breakfast meals, put it in drinks. That stimulates growth. The way how it affects the blood flow, it kind of does its chemistry thing. I'm not too familiar with it, but it's one of the things that I've seen that I have tried has worked for me. So the first thing that I would say has worked for me is cinnamon. I think the way how it works, it helps carry oxygen to or through your bloodstream to locations throughout your body. So, I mean, cinnamon molecules being throughout your entire body and increasing oxygen in your blood flow will get to the points that it needs to go. So I think that's one thing that it would be good for. So the next thing that you could look into is getting pumpkin seeds. Now, pumpkin seeds, you could get that from any local brand. Go buy some place that sells nuts wholesale. What it does, it feeds the body with a very inexpensive source of zinc. And zinc is one of those materials that the body uses that helps again with your blood flow and helps with getting nutrients to the locations where hair growth tends to be. So another thing to make sure and eat your spinach. Get your greens in. I know we have all this foreign spinach in these packs and everything, but our local spinach looks much greener than that. We have that proper bhaji growing in the soil. Eat your little bacon bhaji. Use your spinach. I'm not sure if the kind of spinach that has been recommended online is any better than what we have, but I think this is just my perspective. The darker and the greener it is, the more dense it has in nutrition. Or it could just be the chlorophyll. If you have that kind of science, bring comment below and let me know, because I'm not a dietitian by any means. So the next thing you should be looking to put in your diet is some bell peppers, or what we'll call sweet peppers in Trinidad here. Again, another green vegetable that you should be putting in here. Get that stuff. Get as many of them. You could go in the market, they're inexpensive. Well, last time I checked. Or if you have some place in your front yard, grow some. If you want to grow a beard, grow some peppers home, right? So peanuts are an excellent source of what you call biotin. And biotin is one of those key ingredients that really kind of work to help with beard growth. Now, you could also get biotin supplements. You could get them in these little containers. Might get like about 60-day supply. You could check them on Amazon, or if you go in your pharmacy, you should be able to find them. But I mean, if you're eating peanuts and you're just shelling and you're eating and you're good, you will really get through there with the nutrition. Unless you have a peanut allergy, then you try to source an alternative. And the final food that I want to talk about is using sweet potatoes. Now, the sweet potatoes we have in Trinidad are quite different from what you get in other countries. And I know that one of the key ingredients in sweet potatoes that really helps with beard growth is the vitamin A. Now, you might want to go check out to see if our sweet potato variety, I think it's similar to like the Japanese sweet potato, if that has more or less vitamin A. If not, just supplement with a good multivitamin. You should be able to plug that hole in there as well. So, I don't know what's going to happen over the next couple months. I intend to make this a kind of steady journey to see how I will be able to grow it. Now, you might be wondering, how did I go from all these other videos to this? Basically, I think that the way that you take care of yourself in terms of your physical appearance is the same way people will also pay attention how you take care of yourself, and by extension people will treat you differently. It's a fact of life. If you have a good aesthetic presentation to the world, it's attractive to the eyes, and it affects the way how people psychologically frame you as an individual. And you know, there's that old saying, first impression counts. So the way that we carry about ourselves in the world just means that you should put your best foot forward. I really agree with this statement Jadena made in one of his music videos. How did it go again? Can't remember. Right, yeah. So he said he doesn't want his best dressed day to be in his casket. Yeah. dress well, enjoy life, and have a good presentation and outlook on your life, the way how you groom yourself. So what are some of the things that affects beard growth? So I did some little search on the internet and YouTube and stuff, and I get to realize that for the most part, genetics plays the biggest part in how your beard grows. It's really not up to having like using the best oils and solutions and diet. If your genetics say that you're not meant to have a beard, that is it there. Your face gonna look smooth, gonna look like a little piece of glass. It's just gonna be like that. My face was like that for a lot of years, and it's only as I got older, for some reason, I don't know if it's change of diet or I guess exercising more, all of that affected it. Which leads me to this next point. There has been a lot of correlations with, you know, having continuous exercise that boosts your testosterone, and that is what encourages beard growth. So some people might just have high T levels in them, and you know, it causes more hair follicles to develop. Some people, just because of their genetic heritage, their family might just have more hair on their body, especially on the face, than others. Okay, so in my research, I remember that one of my friends, he has a page on an Instagram page called Beardrins. It's make me tie up to say it, but Beardrins. I'll put a link below. Yeah, and he is focused on helping men get grooming materials, local brand in Trinidad and Tobago, and it's focused on helping men grow beards, keep them neat, keep them clean. So I reached out to him, so I will be going through my beard journey with my friend, just to see what products work for me, what might not work for me, and get some tips and tricks. And I will post a follow-up video to this so that you all could see what, you know, what works, what doesn't, and what may actually work for you. Because I mean, it has some people out here, I think if they'll, I don't know, they eat 2 pieces of Carili and then they take a dip in the ocean or something, so somebody sneeze on them, hair on their face, hair for days, like a chia plant. Chia. So this brings me to the end of the video, and I thank you. So don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Set the notification bell so you'll always get a notification of the next video I'm posting. And yeah, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.